Welcome back.
Thank you. Welcome back to.
Oo, grabe ang
Maraming
demand for
salamat.
part 2.
Actually, maraming salamat. Kasi for the first time yata, nag-react ang mom ko sa lahat ng
Hi,
interviews
Ganern.
ko.
Hi, tita.
Oo, ang sabi talaga ng mom ko, ano yung interview mo? Parang grabe, sobrang galit na galit ka. Inaano ka ba nila? So sa dami na interview ko, this is the only interview na nag-react yung mom ko.
Ay, ganon?
Yes.
Oh, salamat po, tita, and I hope you're doing well. Parang
Yes.
ganon. So anyway, let's get right into it kasi ang dami natin pwede pag-usapan today. Unang-una sa lahat, last episode, minention mo yung 1 million pesos na tax exempt for every Filipino. First 1 million pesos.
Correct.
And from what I researched, meron palang ginhawa bill na final noong 2025.
Senator Win Gatchalian.
So baka you can talk a little bit more about it, why we're pushing for it, and ano ba impact nun sa Pilipino na maiintindihan nila?
Okay. Una siguro, let's give due credit kay Senator Win kasi he was the first one who filed really a bill to help the manggagawa. It's really to increase take-home pay.
Bihira
So
yan, ha?
before this crisis, they were able to foresee it already na train law got stuck up na. Kumbaga, it was good in 2017. No, and it was it took effect in 2018. But it's 2026 na.
And it's no longer as relevant.
Correct, and it's not indexed on inflation.
Correct.
So that ginhawa bill was already preconceived na we need to do all these adjustments. So from 250,000 income tax exemption, Carlo, the proposal of the bill is to increase it to 400,000. If you look at our personal income tax graduated table, yun yung second level. So the first level, 0 to 250,000, 0 or exempt. The next level is 250 to 400, 15%.
Yun yung, para lang maintindihan nila, pag nakakuha kayo ng sweldo ninyo,
Oo.
yun yung kinakaltas ng gobyerno.
Correct. Yun
diba?
yung basis ng
Correct.
deduction. 15% na. Ang gusto nung ginhawa bill is zero din yung second
Malaking
income
bagay
tax
nun.
bracket.
Correct.
Pero ang proposal na binanggit ko sa iyo last time is up to the fourth level hanggang 1 million.
Million pesos.
And is it possible? Yes. So anyway, going back dun sa ginhawa bill, we want now to upgrade the ginhawa bill na wag ng survival. We are in crisis. That's why we took notice na, for the longest time, the government pala with 82% collection from manggagawa, from personal income tax ng mga compensation income earners, while the high net worth, bida-bidang mga mayayaman na professionals, 4% lang ang contribution. Di ba? So parang sa akin, medyo...
May disproportionate imbalance.
Oo, parang medyo nagsusumigaw yung injustice doon.
Correct.
And yet, for the longest time, the government relied on it and the middle class never relied on the government.
Yeah.
Yun nga yung ina-explain ko din na ano nangyari doon sa common good? Kasi parang paulit-ulit tinatanong, saan ba napupunta yung buwis? Buwis is lifeblood ng government because the government provides to protect services to protect the common good. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng common good? Yung lahat tayo nakikinawa.
Oo, lahat. Kasama kami doon.
Lahat.
Hindi yung, alam mo yun, lahat.
But the reality, Carlo, habang tumatagal, lumiliit yung common good.
Correct.
That you have to take care of your own health, you have to take care of your own daan, that you have to take care of your own, ang tawag dito, everything else, even infrastructure.
May sinasabi sila, di ba, na wala talagang middle class sa Pilipinas kasi you're just one sickness away from poverty.
Correct. Na pagka nagkasakit ka, lahat ng savings mo magne-negative talaga. And that's exactly what we're saying. First world and taxes, pero third world and services. Kasi if you go to Europe and Finland, with the highest taxes, they are the happiest in the world. The irony of it, Carlo.
Ba't ganon?
There's no formal study. We don't claim experts here. Pero ito talaga yung reality. They have the highest taxes as a first world country. And yet they have the happiest people. Tayo kasi parang baliw-baliwan na lang minsan. Parang nasanay na lang tayo na pag may problema, itawa na lang natin. Pero sila, legit na everything is taken care of by the government, Carlo. Sana dumating tayo sa ganun. Kasi right now, it's not the situation. First world and taxes, and I don't know if you saw it, we even posted on social media na nilareklamo natin yung electricity bill. Bakit walang nagrereklamo sa tax bill ng MSME sa mga city hall, sa mga munisipyo? Na yung tax mo, one line, sinundan ng 7-8 lines, garbage, sanitary, whatever, environment.
Pumutok yan nung sa Manila, nung sumipa yung
Diba? Parang sa akin, Carlo, we want to protect, we want to promote, we want to help MSMEs, and yet we're burdening them with all these charges na parang this crisis is actually waking us up.
Correct.
Na the government is ultra mega charging us, burdening us, and yet they barely provide any assistance.
Relevant services.
Diba? And we end up pinagkakasya or we justify na at least may relief. We don't need relief. We need justice.
Correct.
Diba?
Ang ganda nun. Actually, at this point, yun yung kailangan na talaga. Kasi hindi na pwede yung barya-barya.
Correct.
I think we're past that already and we need meaningful change.
And that's exactly, Carlo, why the Ginhawa bill, we want to upgrade it from 400,000 to 1 million income tax-free. Every Filipino deserves to earn hard work naman eh. 1 million without taxes muna.
So para lang maintindihan ng mga nanonood, sabihin natin yung sweldo mo per month, 40,000. Maraming Pilipino, yun yung sweldo, di ba? Around that range, 30 to 50,000. So sa sweldo mo na yun, ang magiging yearly pay mo is around 480, 510, sabihin natin, pag 30,000, pag 40,000. Pag may ano ka, 520, pag may 13-month pay.
Correct.
So kasama ka dun sa exemption.
Correct. So in short, ang magiging relief nito is 4,000 to 12,500 every payday.
Oh,
Or as much as, kumbaga ang point talaga dito, from 250,000 exemption, yung first 1 million mo, it's practically around 200,000 plus additional take-home pay
ang
for
laking
every
bagay
Filipino.
nun. Sobrang laking
And
bagay
this will
nun.
really practically get them out of, maybe not poverty, pero baon sa utang.
Correct.
Mababayaran ng utang, makakapagsimulang mag-save at mag-invest. This is the real justice. We don't need relief. We work hard for every peso of this amount that we're talking about. Ang sinasabi lang natin, since the government naman cannot provide all the services and you cannot address your own corruption because you're part of it,
kumbaga bigyan nyo ng pera namin sa
just
amin.
give the money to the people.
Kami na bahala.
And if we think you deserve it na, okay lang, sige, we impose additional taxes. But right now, let's give it back to the people. Yun lang yung panawagan natin. And I think the government is listening because I've been receiving several calls. And sabi ko nga, Carlo, feeling ko dahil doon sa interview ko kay Carlo, balik nga ako kay Carlo and paalis ulit ako tonight. So after nito, okay lang.
Saan ka na naman lilipad ngayon?
Eh, hindi ko na sasabihin. Pero sigurado
Nakaharangan
ako.
sa airport.
Pero Carlo, ito ang sigurado. Walang malinis! Lahat sila sabi. Because that's the reality. We put them to power. And we settled for this kind of lawmakers and politicians. Honestly, happy ako kasi nagigising na tayo unti-unti.
Oo nga.
Diba?
Parang kung may silver lining lahat ng kaguluhan nangyayari ngayon is that umaapaw na
Grabe,
yung galit
goosebumps.
talaga. Di
Diba?
ba? Parang kahit yung normal person na very apolitical or walang pake, ngayon suddenly they're like, ba't ganun? Parang they're starting to question.
Saka diba, yung sabi mo nga yung maleta, yung luggage, associated na siya sa... Iba na yung level niya. Feeling ko papasok po siya sa Oxford Dictionary.
Parang yung word of the year, maleta.
FYI, Filipino po yung editor-in-chief ng Oxford
Ayan,
Dictionary.
so may pag-asa, may pag-asa.
May pag-asa talaga na maleta or the luggage becomes associated with corruption. And it's for me, it's really a relief na we are already waking up slowly.
And I just had to add to that. No? I was talking with my friend. I think we're entering a very pivotal phase in our country's history and future. Kasi, ang bakit pakinggan ito pero mawawala na yung old guard eh. Tumatanda na sila. Naintindihan mo ako? Tumatanda na sila eh.
Hindi ko alam kung ba't ako masaya. Yes.
Oo. Hindi, magandang bagay yun kasi it leaves room open for new generation of leaders na sana
Hindi yung
won't be-
kamag-anak ng mga nakaupo ngayon.
Amen.
Kahit mag-away-away pa sila.
Amen.
Mr. Recto, tsura nyo, mag-quiz bee tayo. Magaling kayo. Nagigigil ako.
Masarap pagpupugin yung dalawa eh, nung nag-aaway sila.
Di ba guys, let's not choose among all these bad guys. We deserve more than the lesser evil.
Correct.
Because there are a lot of us who are much, much better.
Yeah.
Hindi lang because we're educated, because we work hard, honest to goodness labor talaga.
And yung heart is for service talaga.
And ako, Carl, lagi ko sinasabi, sino ba sa mga politiko na to ang dumaan sa pinagdaanan natin na from the ranks,
correct.
nagtrabaho, nag-LRT, na masahe, na yung araw ng sweldo, inaantay mo talaga yung bawat tik-tik-tik kasi kailangan mo na withdrawin sa ATM mo. So, dumaan ba kayo doon?
Ano yung term? Yung pecha de peligro. Hindi
Correct.
nila nararamdaman yun eh.
Ako lagi ko sinasabi, and ito, with all sincerity, kung hindi ka dumaan sa hirap, respetuhin mo naman yung pinagdadaanan ng bawat Pilipino na nasa ganung sitwasyon pa rin.
Correct.
Don't try to pretend that you understand us or that you understand poverty in the Philippines. Napakahirap pong maging mahirap sa Pilipinas. Wala kang matakbuhan. Wala
Wala
honestly,
talaga. Punta ka sa magmamakaawa ka pa sa iba't ibang tao para sa tulong.
Tapos alam mo yun, yung ipagmamalaki pa nila yung mga guarantee letters, pera namin yan eh. Kapal naman na mukha nyo, yung accomplishment nyo, guarantee letters. Diba? Ang kapal naman na mukha nyo, yung poste, may mukha nyo. Eh,
Parang-
di nga kayo nagbayad ng buwis tapos inangkin nyo pa, 'di ba? Pero ito, honestly, sorry Carlo, I just have to say it, na nalulungkot ako kasi alam ko mababash na naman ako, na alam ko naman maraming matitino sa BIR. Konti lang pala. Ang point ko is, bakit si Harry Roque na nakasuhan na nila?
Nauna pa siya, no? Over everyone
Si
else.
Harry Roque hindi po pera ang gusto, iba. At sa dami po ng corrupt sa panahon ng previous administration, but yung list
Corrupt.
na potential na mangurakot na madami, ba't siya yung unang nakasuhan? Nasaan ang hustisya? And dahil hindi naman po DDS talaga si Carlo,
Oo nga eh. Nagugulo
bakit
yata yung mga tao sa akin.
nagkaroon ng LOA si Sara Duterte, samantalang before yung kaso niya, mas marami pa. The Farmally, yung nag-number 1 sa Senado, he was implicated in the Farmally.
Correct.
Bakit hindi siya naimbestigahan? So parang sa akin, parang nawawalan na ng moral ascendancy yung mga institusyon.
Tsaka
Kasi,
compass
diba,
din.
moral compass. And alam mo na weaponize sila against the enemies of the government. So ako nananawagan ako kay PBBM na alam ko marami ka ng krisis na pinagdadaanan, pero deserve mo naman yan, ginusto mo to eh. Ang sa akin lang is, sorry, ito na naman nanay ko, mapapanood na naman. Hindi po talaga ako galit. Hindi, parang Carlos sa akin, kasuhan naman natin sila.
Oo nga.
I think everyone in Congress deserves LOA.
Tsaka every one of them dapat ma-lift yung bank secrecy,
Yeah.
di ba?
Congratulations.
Thank-
Can we make it a law? Let's make it a law. If only every Filipino can make a law this way, maganda na po ang Pilipinas. Kasi wala namang silbi yung Congress. Hindi kaya i-abolish muna natin yung Congress.
So last time, abolish BIR and customs.
Correct. Ngayon ang Congress.
abolish-
Dapat sincerely, imagine mo, ilan po ang lawmakers? 200 plus? 300 plus? Issue mo lahat ng letter of authority yun. Baka na-hit na natin yung target natin for 2028.
Ba't di nga nila gawin yun, no? Well,
Politically. Yan yung third topic natin. Huwag natin talunan. Masyado tayo mag-advance. Pero that's exactly the point. Kaya doon po sa mambabash, hindi po ako nag-apply ng trabaho dahil kahit ako po ang nandyan, I don't think magagawa ko. Why? Because of politics. Exactly because of that.
Malaking bagay kasi yung leadership eh, at the end of the day. Parang
And
everything
the system
rises-
allows it, Carlo.
Yeah.
The system allows it. Imaginein mo, ang statement ng asawa ni Sarah, nag-error yung system glitch. Wow naman, ang daming zero system glitch. Ba't hindi sa account ko?
Oh, sana all. Sana all
Bakit
ganun, no?
hindi sa account ko nagka-system glitch?
Ilan yun? 6.4 billion, well?
Diba? Nagka-system glitch. Anyway, ang point ko dun is, nasaan yung hustisya habang ang daming namamatay at naghihirap dahil sa mga krisis na gawa-gawa ng mga korap na politiko. Kung tutusin, Carlo, hindi tayo mahirap na bansa, ang daming
Hindi
natin
talaga.
pera.
Yan ang
Pangalawa,
naniwala ako dun.
mabait pa rin ang Diyos kasi kahit ang daming natural calamities or disasters, grabe yung bayanihan natin, grabe yung kahit di natin kasundo yung bawat isa, nagkakampi-kampihan tayo pag may
Kahit
krisis.
private sector, ang private
Kahit
sector, grabe.
nagre-reklamo ang private sector sa buwis, naglalabasan ng pera at donasyon.
Correct.
Swerte ng gobyerno. Kahit napaka-inefficient nila, grabe yung bayanihan at pagmamahal ng mga Pilipino sa kapwa Pilipino.
Pero imagine if we had a well-functioning government on top of that.
Ay, hello Finland! Tabi kayo dyan, kami na ang pinakamasaya, kami pa ang pinaka-successful.
Where would we be, di ba? If that was the case.
And hopefully ganun nga yung more than the ginhawa. Kasi nga, we should not settle for that. We deserve more.
Meron lang ako isang quick question dun sa ginawa. Kasi that was filed in 2025.
True.
And I'm sure marami pang ibang bills in the past na malaking bagay at mga katulong na sana kung na-implement or
Napasa kagad.
napasa, malaking bagay. So ang question is, bakit napaka-obvious naman napakaganda, hindi nila ginagawa?
Kasi diba, the reality is marami namang sinasubmit na bills. Even si Levis at si Recto, let's give them credit sa pag-submit. Marami naman nasasubmit na bills. Hindi kasi lahat pumapasa sa committee. Remember, even the committee will decide which ones to prioritize. Kaya susi talaga, Carlo, na pumasok siya sa LEDAC at maging priority bill na i-announce sa presidente.
Kasi ipupush yun.
Pag pumasok sa priority bill, in a matter of 2 weeks, kaya siyang ipasa for signature kagad ng presidente. Kaya nga ang tanong ko, ano nangyari sa abolished travel tax?
Oo nga, di ba nasa LEDAC yun?
Diba? And pasintabi po, nagbibigay-pugay po kami sa bagong tourism secretary.
Salute, salute.
Dita, Angara Matay, I love you too.
Salute.
Pero po talagang kailangan tanggalin na natin yung travel tax.
Oo.
Ang sabi ko nga kay secretary, kasi minute ko siya personally, dahil kakilala natin siya, been friend because she was as trade diplomat sa Tokyo for the longest time. And ngayon na-appoint as tourism secretary. Ang sabi ko kay tourism secretary, we are here, all of us in the private sector, willing to help you whether
Exactly.
promotion, awareness, but
Exactly.
we want to abolish the travel
Give us
tax.
something. Alam mo yun yung
Correct.
point ko. Give us something.
Correct.
Everyone will pitch in. Ang daming tutulong sa gobyerno if they only show good faith.
Correct. And I
Diba?
told Secretary Dita that, don't ever doubt that the Filipino people are not supporting the government.
Oo.
It's just that we are overwhelmed with the corruption issues, with the inefficiencies. But any silver lining or any glimpse of hope, na-activate eh.
Oo.
Biglang lumalakas at nagkatutulungan ulit. So,
Baka give us something. Alam mo yun yung sinasabi ko ever since nagsimula lahat to eh. Magbigay naman kayo ng something. Kasi di ba,
sige na nga,
ayaw nila
Secretary
ibabay.
Recto, gusto ko po talagang i-guess ni Carlo. So I will inform your Chief of Staff.
Pangarap ko yun, dream guest.
I-message ko talaga, Ma'am Chief of Staff, if you're watching.
Yes,
may message
please.
ka matatanggap, especially for Carlo, kasi gusto niya talaga. Okay lang naman sa'yo to go to Malacanang.
Oo naman, okay na okay.
Kasi baka takot siya pumunta rito, baka salubong niya si Libiste. Joke lang po, Secretary. Joke lang. So, pero yun nga, Carlo, parang sa akin, there's so much potential, there's so much good things around us, but we get stuck up with the bad news kasi parang non-stop, parang hindi
walang
tumitigil.
katapusan. May bago
Parang
na naman.
yung maleta, di ba? Non-stop yung maleta. But again, there's hope and that's exactly why we're here. Nag-request mo talaga ako kay Carlo to guess again kasi yung gigil ko last time captured your attention. Sana this time, it will also capture your attention na we have so many priority bills, policy proposals na
malaking bagay
bago po
sana.
ako bumalik sa US, sana talaga masama sa priority bills kasi magsosona eh.
So, actually-
ito yung critical times na
So, ang question doon, sabihin natin yung ginhawa bill malagay sa LEDAC. Yung chances nun of being passed, malaki talaga.
yeah, pag napasok po siya sa LEDAC at naging priority bill, it will take effect this year. So
Oh, wow.
imaginein mo, Carlo, if the first 400 becomes...
This year?
This year, yes. Ganun siya kabilis. Kaya critical talaga, Carlo. And I will thank all the viewers and followers of Carlo if that happens. Kasi yung abolishing travel tax, hindi namin nakalain na biglang magiging priority. But we keep pushing lang. And the same way, we keep sharing and pushing. Talagang tulungan lang eh. And that's what I felt after the episode here. Alam ko ang dami mong parang million views. But at least nabigyan ako ng notice. And malaking bagay po kasi hindi talaga lahat na appreciate yung tax advocacy dahil nga parang galit na lang yung mga tao. So, Ginhawa Bill is just one. We want every congressman, every senator, including Senator Bam, happy birthday. Meron din
Birthday
siyang
niya
bill.
ngayon?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Meron din siyang bill to increase tax exemption. And I don't mind. We like that. At least ang option to increase take-home pay. Hindi yung iba-iba yung pinag-uusapan. At least ito ang option natin. Everything beneficial to middle class. So, while we support other tax reform proposal, ito po yung pinaka-critical. Give back the money to the people because we cannot keep controlling the prices.
Correct.
But giving back the hard-earned money of every Filipino up to 1 million pesos, I think it's not just ginhawa. I think that gives us second chance to really start a new business, make an investment, become an investor. Who knows, di ba? Na pagka pala nadagdagan ng 10,000 yung take-home pay mo, you will start investing in stocks or you will start buying items that can be a collection item or can be resell.
Pwede mo ipang-negosyo.
Exactly. So, yun po, give us that chance. And isa lang to sa marami pang bills, kaya importante.
And I think napaka-powerful na legacy nun, more than infrastructure for you to be able to say na ginawa mo yun at nagawa mo yun para sa Pilipino.
And it's really for the middle class.
Yes,
Kasi
exactly.
talagang hard work naman eh. And just to clarify, hindi lang po ito empleyado, even MSMEs. Basta po individual tax, personal income tax. The exemption from 250, 400, gradually to 800, then 1 million will benefit all
Dun sa
individual.
proposal, kailan mag-trigger yung 800?
Next year. So
so
400 this year. Kasi we're in
every
crisis,
year.
we're taking advantage of the crisis. Instead of a relief na temporary, we want a permanent correction of the injustice or a full stop of the injustice. So from 250, 400 this year, next year 800, and bago bumaba si BBM, 1 million income tax.
Ang laking regalo nun, BBM sa Pilipino kung magawa mo yun.
Diba? Makakalimutan namin yung maleta, promise.
Mahal ka namin lahat. Ang bilis na mga no? Best president ever.
Nakalimutan yung maleta.
Parang wala, yun na lang maalala ko. Uy, yung take home pay ko tumaas.
But in fairness, Carlo, we also have counter-proposal for the quote-unquote potential revenue na mababawas sa
sige,
gobyerno.
saan kukunin?
First, lift the bank secrecy and audit unexplained wealth of every
Amen!
lawmaker.
Amen!
Every lawmaker talaga.
Amen!
Every
Amen!
politician.
Baka nga may sobra-sobra pa, may sukli ka pa pag gagawin mo.
Exactly. And we are estimating, Carlo, at least 1 trillion.
Just from that?
That's how much unexplained wealth or hidden wealth there is in the Philippines. Ganon kadami ang hindi nadedeklara at umiikot sa ekonomiya pero hindi na distribute dahil kinakamkam or may mga few greedy people, including political dynasty. So, bibigyan ko po kayo ng picture of if you will try to make a map in terms of economic development or net worth, para po siyang political dynasty.
Ganun?
Ang daming para tayong buhangin, pero may isang malaking bato sa bawat probinsya.
Alam mo, dapat i-visualize
And that is the political dynasty na may hawak ng lupa kung nasaan ang SM, na may hawak ng mga fast food.
Kung saan
Trace it.
tinatayo.
Take it from me. I don't take my word for it. Paki-double check po. Sa bawat probinsya, merong nagmo-monopolize ng mga negosyo.
Grabe yan.
And these are political dynasties. So, hindi na sapat...
Marami ako naisip bigla pero di ko na lang babanggitin yung pangalan. Baka magka-problema kami dito sa greenage.
but the thing is, this is not just about one political family or dynasty. This is about all. It's a pattern. Dun sa Reimagining the World Without Corruption na pinublish namin ni Senator Bam at Ma'am Lenny sa Harvard, nilagay ko dun, Carlo, na it's actually the greed for power that wants more money or the greed for money that wants more power. Sa Pilipinas, hindi. They want both.
Pareho.
So,
I was just about to say, but sa Pilipinas pareho?
hindi na sila naghahanap ng contractor, sila na rin ang contractor. Hindi na po sila nanghaharas o nang-extort ng businessman. Sila na rin ang mga negosyo sa mga probinsya na sila ang gobernador, ang mayor, ang sangguniang bayan, pati SK.
Correct.
Minonopolize na po nila.
Pati SK?
Pati SK. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, ang problem natin dito is even the up-and-coming future leaders or politicians, political dynasty. Pag tinignan mo yung Kongreso, lahat ng bata dyan,
Mga anak ng kung sino-sino.
anak, ang worst party list. And that bleeds my heart. Bakit? Kasi the party list should have been the equalizer.
Correct.
Na kung
Exactly.
wala kang distrito o malaking pera, dahil may advokasya katulad namin, kung may advokasya kami sa tamang pagbubuwis, pwede kami magka-party list, hindi
Pwede mo
namin
ilaban.
maging sikat.
Correct.
Kasi meron kaming legit na advocacy. Paano ka makakaka-space kung yung lahat ng party list kontrolado ng mga political dynasty?
Magandang sample dyan yung gines namin before si Ellie, yung sobrang pro manggagawa.
Okay.
So, yun.
Oh my God, kilala ko siya. Hindi, I mean, not personally. Sobrang rally kung rally si Kuya.
Oo, pero yung na-translate yung passion niya into being part of the system. Ang ganda lang ng kwento
Oo.
na nagre-reklamo sa TikTok tapos bigla naging congressman.
And sana we will have more of that. And I don't aspire to be one. But ang sana is, magkaroon tayo ng mga ganun kasi baka sila yung mas may energy to really push for change. Kasi mahirap yung, kung kamag-anak mo, I don't think you will be part of the change.
Correct.
Kasi nepo ka na eh. Nakinabang ka na eh, how do you change the system that benefited you? I don't think that's
Lalo na
for
kung
you.
nakaupo pa yung susundan mo, di ba?
Correct. So,
Yun yung
yun,
mas
sa akin,
delikado.
Carlo, all the data are there na 82% ng collection sa personal income taxes nang galing for the last 3 decades sa compensation income earners, empleyado o middle class. It's time to change it. We need to shift it na we need to make the government rely on consumption taxes, but we can reduce the rate. I'm all for that. But we have to make sure na mabawasan din yung mga na-abuse na exemptions. Yung mga PWD na ginawang vote buying mechanism. You know that
What? Paano yun?
vote buying because you know that PWD IDs are issued by LGUs.
So, nag-i-issue sila para makuha yung boto?
May sinabi akong gano'n?
Pero alam mo, nag-guest namin si Chef Ed Bugia. Sabi
Kawawa
ang
mga restaurants
ang
dyan.
dami daw fake. Ang dami daw palang kumalat na fake.
Because
na
we passed the
PWD.
law because it's populist, but we were not able to prepare the administrative side of it. There's no way of verifying whether it's legit or not. Ang burden doon nasa mga restaurants. Ang hirap pa nun, if you deny, pwede ka ireklamo. So why will you deny? So you just keep giving. At the same time, pwede din siya ma-abuse. How would the BIR know na itong ID na to once lang kumain? Na pwede ko i-claim 10 times?
Baka daw dapat parang Starbucks stamp. Ano
Diba?
sa planner?
How would BIR know na ito palang ID na to hindi araw-araw kumakain?
Correct.
And yet pwede ko i-claim araw-araw. So both sides, pwedeng maabuso ng mga fake ID, pwede din maabuso ng mga establishments na gusto mag-take advantage or mabawasan yung tax. So, we're proposing is magka-pension na lang ang PWD at senior citizen. Like in the first world country, na pwedeng either voucher or cash na lang na matanggap, at least wala pang disproportional benefit yung mayayaman.
At
Kasi,
hindi kawawa yung negosyo.
correct. Kasi
sinasalo
ang
nila
burden
yun eh.
talaga ng discount at exemption, wala naman sa government, nasa mga establishments.
Wait, so the proposal is to remove the senior citizen discount and
To
the
change it,
PWD,
to amend it,
and
yeah.
then change it into an allowance that they get on a monthly basis that are vouchers that they can use for either food, medicine.
Yeah, everything.
Napakalaking
Mas targeted
bagay nun.
talaga sa kanila. Yun lang, kailangan may mechanism na hindi ma-abuse at yung access hindi pahirapan. Kasi kung papipilayan mo yung mga senior, baka sa akin magalit sa mga yun, di ba? So hindi, nanay ko na una magre-reklamo.
Correct.
So let's
Well,
not make it difficult for them.
Malay mo mapagana nila yung national ID. Di ba yung sa EGOV, yung nawalan daw ng pambayad sa cloud.
Wow, sa
hindi ako
EGOV.
si Joel tech person yan eh.
Wow,
Natawa
sa EGOV na wala ng budget, sa flood control hindi.
Oo, di ba?
Diba? Pero ako talaga naniniwala ako, si Marcoleta malinis.
Wait, saan nanggaling yung issue? But then explain more.
Hindi, that's it. I can only say one lie every day.
Patay tayo.
Anyway, so, ang point ko is, ano ang point ko?
Ako nga, kaya ka napano ko.
Minsan po talaga, minsan,
EGOV app, biglang napunta sa malinis si Marcoleta.
meron po talaga akong mga bagay na nasasabi na hindi ko po nakokontrol. May sumapi pong alien.
espiritu
Opo.
na
So
nagano.
yun, naniniwala ako na that's the first major legacy na pwede talaga i-consider ni BBM to empower middle class and amidst this crisis is really to increase take-home pay of every Filipino. 1 million income tax-free.
Ang laking bagay nun.
Iboto. Aba, ng kandidato. Diba?
Pero ang laking bagay nun I mean, just around the room, imagine mo kung yung withholding ng buwan-buwan sa sweldo ninyo. Diba? Hindi
Oo.
natatanggal.
Pero tulad nga, Carlo, sinabi ko, maliban dun sa lifting ng bank secrecy at pag-audit na unexplained wealth that can collect more than 1 trillion pesos. Kasi yung suggestion ni Professor Winnie Monson, okay yun yung wealth tax. The problem is wala nga tayong data. Diba? Yun yung sabi ko, parang suicide siya, suntok sa buwan.
Kailangan lang nila yung pera nila sa labas ng Pilipinas.
Correct. Unlike itong unexplained wealth, nandito sila sa Pilipinas, hindi lang nakalink sa kanila. So, but their lifestyle nagsusumigaw, di ba? And that applies across all government agencies.
Pero why would they do that knowing na sila yung tatamaan? Yun yung tanong. Kasi di ba it has to be part
That's
of the
why
bill?
it has to be the president saying, this is my priority bill.
Kasi
Because
yun.
both houses cannot do anything dahil the president wants it as a law.
So sabihin natin, I'll just go to that point. So, sabihin ni BBM, gusto ko yung bill na yan. Yung kasama yan, na kailangan lahat ng bank secrecy law malift. Susunod ang Kongreso doon?
Well, supposedly, dahil may political capital pa siya. Diba? Kasi pag malapit na mag-election, baka wala na sumunod sa kanya. That's why this year, that's why it's a window, Arlo. And that's what I want to explain sa mga nanonood po. We're talking about the next SONA. That's the window that I'm referring to. Pag hindi siya na-announce...
Kailan yung next SONA?
Sa July. Pag hindi siya na-announce sa SONA, it might be impossible already kasi the next one already predicates election, the 2028 election.
Pero alam mo, if he's serious on combating corruption and really leaving a legacy that people will remember, I think this is it eh.
It hits two birds with one stone, di ba? Nakakolekta ka na disqualify mo pa sila. Remember, if any politician is charged of tax evasion, they also get perpetual disqualification.
O yun.
Para siyang
Congress, may space
impeachment.
na tayo.
Para siyang impeachment.
Pwede na tumakbo yung mga matitino.
Para siyang impeachment, may perpetual disqualification.
As soon as you're
Charged tax evasion.
charged pa lang?
No, I mean pag the court decides that you are a tax
nag-guilty ka ng
evader.
tax evader.
So imagine, hindi ka lang pagbabayaran up to 10 million penalty, up to 10 million imprisonment. It goes with the most important provision, perpetual disqualification from assuming or being in any public office, whether elected, appointed, or even as consultant, meaning wala ka ng
As in zero
bawal
talaga.
ka na talaga.
Wow.
That's how powerful the tax code is. Al Capone case, and that inspired our tax code. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, nakaka-frustrate kasi this is the advocacy and we have the agency called BIR and Customs, but they don't seem to be running after the real culprit. It's being weaponized against the political enemy of the administration. So,
Goes back to
nananawagan
leadership,
talaga,
eh.
ha?
Goes back to leadership
Exactly.
talaga.
Kaya nananawagan talaga ako kay PBBM, di ba? Gusto mo maging close tayo, alam mo na. Wow, feeling importanteng tao. Ikaw, namili ka ng ka-close. O, napahama ka doon sa isa. Eh, kung sa akin ka nakipag-close. Diba? Sa China tayo makita.
Napahamak tuloy ang unity team.
Diba? I mean, then the second one is, yung second proposal namin na the global minimum tax. I mean, this is a worldwide international tax best practice now na yung mga tech giants and well, we can say it, Amazon, Google, Meta, they are generating billions of revenues in the Philippines and in other countries.
Yes.
But they declare all their income in Ireland and in other tax
Yes.
haven. So hindi sila nagbabayad ng buwis. So with the global minimum tax, we can impose minimum 15%. And they have to declare their revenue where it is generated.
Wait, so wala yan ngayon? So sabihin natin, pag yung
They're paying zero. For your information, lahat ng makakanood po, lahat po ng kinikita ng mga tech giants and large multinational companies sa Philippines, they can legally, legitimately shift it to a low tax jurisdiction. And for Meta, they're declaring it in Ireland. And
Holy wow.
that's legit. That's what they call tax avoidance. They avoid taxes. Unlike employees, you can never avoid taxes.
Oh, so kaya pala may VAT kasi yun na lang yung way nila to be able to.
Which is kinontra ko.
Oo nga.
Paki-Google po, ako lang ang kumontra sa VAT ng digital services. Kasi ang feeling ko, ipapasa lang naman nila sa atin because
Which
of its
is exactly
nature.
what happened.
Diba,
Exactly.
tumaas yung subscription natin sa Netflix, sa Spotify. Siyempre, pamangkin ko, di nagreklamo kung nagbabayad ng Spotify niya. Diba, Joris?
No? Pero ramdam mo lahat ng SMEs yun kasi SMEs do Facebook ads
Yun
and
na yung
Google
sinasabi
ads.
ko, Carlo. Ang laki ng kinita. Tapos pinagmalaki pa ito kasalanan ito ni Joey Salceda. Pinuspus nila yung 12% VAT instead na global minimum tax. Anong difference po? The global minimum tax sa net income i-charge. Kita nung multinational.
Saka hindi ipapasa sa atin.
Correct. The 12% VAT po is a indirect tax pass on talaga. Literally, dinagdag lang po sa subscription natin. So, sino nagbayad? Tayong mga Pilipino, hindi ang mga tech giants.
Ba't iniisip ni Salceda yun?
No, because during the COVID, in fairness kay Kong Joey, parang $50 billion dollar revenue yung na-estimate niya na kung makakakolekta daw ng 12%, talaga malaking bagay sa
Oh,
Pilipinas.
ang nangyari, saan nanggaling yung 50 billion? Sa bulsa din natin.
Hindi, nakalimutan niya yon. Hindi, di ba last time, yun yung sinasabi ko, Carlo, nung pinag-aralan ko yung global tax policy, ang laging nakakalimutang tanungin ng mga lawmakers, sino magbabayad? Kasi iba-iba yung tawag. VAT, income tax, capital gains tax, documentary stamp tax, kung ano yung tawag, pero in the end, sino yung nagbabayad? Si Juan.
Oo nga.
Diba? Yun yung naging mali.
Ramdam na ramdam mo pa ngayon kasi kunyari na kung negosyante ka tapos nag-Facebook ads ka, nakalagay talaga doon sa pinakadulo, 12% VAT.
Diba? Tapos sabi nung dating commissioner, well, hindi daw mararamdaman. Hello, nasan ka ngayon? Sinasabi ko sa inyo.
Ramdam na ramdam kaya kasi
Imagine mo,
yung 12% din, malaki
nung
yun.
in-implement yan, ang sagot niya, I don't think it will burden the Filipino people. Hindi po tataas ang presyo. Parang
Nakalagay, naka-itemize sa'yo, 12% VAT.
Carlo, parang yung isang best friend mo, si DT Secretary, hindi daw tumataas ang presyo. Ano po ba palengke yung pinuntahan nyo? Diba? Tumaas lahat na ng presyo, naniniwala pa rin si DT hindi tumataas ang presyo.
Ay, may bagong linabas yung BR, tatanong ko lang. Hindi ko pa naman pag-aralan pero I don't know if you saw it.
Sure, what?
Yung gusto daw nila na magkaroon ng...
Badge?
Oo.
The badge.
Ano yun?
Ba't hindi yung mga lawmaker ang bigyan nyo ng badge? Sino sa kanila ang nagbayad at nag-waive ng bank secrecy?
Pero ano nga yun? Alam mo ba, natingnan mo
No,
na ba yun?
the point there is para malaman sino yung legit na registered sa BIR at dapat mag-declare ng income. So that badge is practically...
Parang yung nakapaskil doon.
Yun! But I'll make a confession. Isa po ako sa nag-propose niyan 6 years ago, 10 years ago.
Kasalanan mo pala
Hindi,
eh.
ang point ko is kasi nga unfair dun sa registered at hindi registered. Tapos consumer protection wise, paano ka magki-claim kung fly-by-night yung online platform, etc. But ang hindi ko mag-gets, nasa gitna ng crisis, ito yung iniisip nila! Dinagdagan nyo na naman yung requirements naming matitino, di ba?
At saka paano mo implement yun? Sabihin natin, seller mula Thailand na nagbebenta dito sa Shopee. Paano mo implement yun?
Sige, kasalanan ko na po. Pwede withdrawin na lang. parang kasalanan ko lahat.
Hindi ko pa pinag-aaralan. Nakita ko pala, tumaas na kilay ko eh. So,
Ako naman, nung nakita ko siya, sabi ko, oh my God, ang tagal ko nang pinropose to. May mali pala doon sa proposal.
baka naman nung time na pinropose mo siya may sense.
No, but the idea there talaga is to both protect the consumers who may be scam, but at the same time, yun na nga, to even the playing field na hindi pwedeng you made 1 million tapos siya 100,000 na pero dahil registered siya, nagbayad siya ng tax, ikaw wala kang binayaran. So that badge supposedly is like what we do in all physical stores. We display our registration documents. That was
Pero natawa ko dun sa sample poster nila eh. Parang meron doon, Facebook page. yung Facebook page mo, tapos kailangan nakalagay doon sa ilalim ng Facebook page mo. Paano mo naman ilalagay sa ilalim ng Facebook page mo yun, di ba? Ikaw ba may control sa app ng Facebook na nandun naka-display?
Photoshop mo na lang. So yun, so kaya, sorry.
Pero may question ako. So pag may ganon, ang normal people kasi, ang default nila, magrereklamo na lang sila sa Facebook. Sabihin natin may genuine concern kami sa mga ganon. How do we...
Makinig po kayong mabuti sa susunod na mga salitang bibitawan namin. Wow! How do you legitimately air your concern or your complaint?
Sa BIR.
Correct. Dalawa lang po. Huwag po kayong dumiretso sa BIR. Walang mangyayari.
Ang lungkot naman, no?
Hindi po, ang point ko is, you go to the oversight committee ng mga mambabatas. So both Senate and Congress as an oversight committee. And dito ako nalungkot kasi for the longest time, si Senator Win ang Ways and Means. So talagang direct viver lang kami. Even kay Senator Bam, kasi nga, they have the oversight power. So any regulation or interpretation of the law, pwede sila mag-intervene if they find it unfair, burdensome, or hindi talaga effective or inefficient para or in-implementing para sa mga, at mababurden yung MSMEs. So in this case, Carlo, you can just write a paper, or not paper, sorry, just like your sentiments, etc. Address it to Senator Pia Cayetano ng Ways and Means ng Senate or Miro Kimbo ng House Ways and Means. But kung sino man yung mga allies nyo sa Senate and Congress, pwede nyo din sulatan kasi they might be a member. Like, I think Senator Raffy Tulfo was or still the vice chair ng Ways and Means.
Ways and Means.
So you can just write even the vice chair or any member of the committee or any member of House of Representatives or Congress and Senate. Sorry, nalilito ako, House of Representatives. Di ba? House of Representatives.
House of Thieves.
House of Thieves. So, pwede po sila. Pangalawa, Department of Finance. Kasi,
Department of Finance?
Finance. Kasi po, both Customs and BIR are under the Department of Finance. So in short, si Customs at si BIR, collection agency eh. So in terms of policy, mas may power si DOF. So if you want to influence BIR or Customs, don't talk to them kasi ang perspective nila, increase their collection. So whatever they do, Carlo, it's not really about you. It's about their target collection.
Correct.
So kung magngangawa ka sa pintuan
Wala
ng
silang
Office ng
pake.
Commissioner, it's not wala silang pake. They would consider first their target.
Kasi that's their KPI.
That's their KPI. So talk to their boss, the Department of Finance. So sa Department of Finance, you can go directly to the Revenue Operations Group. I forgot the name of the USEC, but it's very...
Ano yun, ini-email lang?
Yes, you can just email them.
Oh, wow.
Or you can also forward to me, I can viber to them. Yeah, kasi that's our working relationship naman with our policymakers. And we're grateful for that courtesy that I also give our advocacy na they listen
Pero
to us.
magandang insight yun kasi sabihin natin, technically tayo naman nagpapasweldo sa mga
Exactly.
yan. And kung kumbaga make them work for that
True.
salary.
Yeah.
So kung may reklamo tayo at may issue tayo, kung yun pala yung pathway to it, then dapat talaga ginagamit.
Pero actually, just to go through the due process, dapat nagkaroon ng public consultation yan.
Meron
I'm not sure on that part. Pero dapat, dahil isa ka sa stakeholders, dapat siya na-consult ka.
Parang wala
That's the process kasi ng any regulation. Kaya mahirap din eh. Mahirap maging commissioner kasi in as much as you want to do everything, you need to respect due process, but at the same time, there's so much political, the powers around you na hirap banggain, di ba? So, mahirap din yung sitwasyon nila. But to just address your concern, wag nyo na po silang ibasa sa social media. Walang matutulong yon unless pick upin ng mainstream media na maging headline. But if you want to be addressed even quietly, believe me, marami na pong policies na quietly na-address, na reverse, because we directly communicated it to the either DOF
try
or...
to make the system work for you.
Oo. So yun, lalo na kami legit concern naman eh. Oversight, both Senate and Congress, or DOF. Now, if it is not yet passed, normally may public consultation yan. And we know that for a fact kasi normally we get the draft to comment. Mon, can you comment on this? Or ACG, can you comment on this? We get that. This one we did not get. But yun nga, ang feeling ko kasi, since we proposed this long time ago, parang...
Siya may kasalanan.
Hindi ko po inaako to, maamin lang ako. I actually mentioned this to Commissioner Billy Dulay before. Kasi di ba, isa siya sa nagsimulang maghabol sa mga online sellers. And I was like telling them, but hindi natin muna i-legitimize muna lahat. Kasi di ba, how can you really run after them if you don't even know them?
Correct.
Kasi wala naman sila sa registration, di ba? So from the lifting ng bank secrecy na makollect yung mga unexplained wealth to recover yung sinasabi nga nating potential revenue loss pag in-increase natin to 1 million yung take-home pay or exemption ng middle class to OECD Global Minimum Tax. Siyempre, hindi ko i-hold yung pangatlong proposal natin to still protect the collection, which is to modernize BIR and customs, which is to create or establish the National Revenue
Yan yung abolish
Authority.
BIR customs, make
Oo.
national revenue.
I try to avoid yung abolish kasi nagre-ring yung phone ko pag ito yung binabanggit ko yung abolish BIR and customs. Ayun na naman sila commissioner. Amon, ba't mo pinapa-abolish? Hindi ko po kayo pinapa-abolish. Meron ko pang 30 days joke. Joke lang.
Baka ma-promote pa sila to the new revenue authority.
Yeah,
diba?
but I think it's time that we really, at least we have naman a model, the IRAS of Singapore, Inland Revenue Authority of Singapore. I think that's the best way forward na ma-reduce natin at ma-rationalize natin lahat ng taxes. Kasi, Carlo, ulitin ko, we have first world taxes, services are third world, we are overtaxed, underserved, and we still keep complaining. We're not seeing any
Meaningful change.
I think this is it. Increase our take-home pay. Hayaan niyo muna kami sa mga sarili namin. Total naman.
Ninanakaw nyo lang.
At hindi yon. Total naman. Kanya-kanya na tayo mula noon. Hindi, give us the 1 million tax-free. Then, let's not fool ourselves. Alam naman natin that BIR and customs are, as political body, cannot really execute or do their mandate. So let's give them the fiscal and political independence. And that's
Through the
only
new
through
revenue authority.
a National Revenue Authority. So, PBBM, kung gusto mo talaga magkaroon ng makatotohanan ng legasiya at mahalin ka or yung alaala mo bilang presidente ng mga Pilipino.
Feeling ko ang dami talaga mabubura.
Di
Like,
ba?
na masamang loob.
Ako talaga feeling ko, makakalimutan ko yung maleta pag 1 million tax free na. Anong maleta? What's with the maleta?
What's that? Binibilang ko lang yung pera ko.
Diba? Pero si Marcoleta, hindi ko makakalimutan.
Ano ba tayo?
Diba? Lalo na wala pa rin nakukulong sa Pharmaly, tapos dinismiss nila investigation.
Oo nga.
Diba? Talaga sinasabi niya, wala naman daw probable cause. Probable cause pala ha. Kaya pala may allocable ka ha. So anyway, ang sa akin is, hindi rin tayo dapat matakot magsalita at makisali sa diskusyon. Kasi parang feeling ko, nalilimit dun sa nagkakaroon ng space or opportunity like you, Carlo, na we are grateful, lalo na doon sa mga followers mo. Pero dapat lahat tayo, we acknowledge that responsibility din to be part of the discussion.
Yeah, kasi
mahirap yung...
I think kaya i-push eh. Ako realistically. Kasi parang to your point, in a weird way, parang nakikinig naman sila eh. Di ba? Parang nag-ingay doon sa travel tax, bigla nasama sa LEDAC. Ako nagulat ako doon nung nangyari yun eh. Di ba? Parang, well, di pa nangyayari, pero... Di ba?
And believe it or not, ulitin ko po, lalo na doon sa maraming nag-share at nag-comment doon sa first guesting ko kay Carlo. Maraming salamat kasi I really receive a lot of calls from people na hindi ko in-expect and nag-reach out talaga. And sabi ko nga, I think that's the first time after more than 15 years advocating for tax reform na nagpakita ko ng emotion. Kasi for the longest time...
You don't say.
For the longest time, lagi po tayong ganito makipag-interview, no? We try to be as much as possible very objective and policy-driven, data-driven and policy-focused. Pero parang feeling ko, kailangan ng taong bayan maramdaman na hindi lang sila yung nagagalit, na hindi lang sila yung nasasaktan, at na may karapatan tayong magalit at masaktan, lalo na tayo yung nagbabayad ng buwis. So, doon po sa 82% na nakolektahan ng personal income tax, kayo po yung may karapatang magalit, sumigaw, mag-bash, mag-rally, hindi sila viste o kung sino mang politiko na ginagamit lang din tayo para sa kanilang mga ambisyon sa susunod na eleksyon. Sana wag din tayo magpagamit kasi yun yung nakakalungkot eh. Parang they try to present themselves as the savior or superhero, pero ang linaw-linaw ng vested interest. Kung hindi siya tatakbo next election, ako magbabayad ng 24 billion niya. Kasi tatakbo siya eh, di ba? Ang linaw-linaw naman
obvious.
eh.
Sobrang
Diba?
obvious.
Yun yung point ko, parang hindi ba pwede na ganito lang, nag-uusap tayo kasi parehas tayong mamamayan na may malasakit sa bayan. Na, makikinabang din kayo, kami, tayong lahat
Correct.
makikinabang. Maliban dun sa mga lawmakers na hindi talaga nagbabayad, di ba? Pero tayong lahat makikinabang dun sa 1 million income tax free. Kasi nga for every Filipino. In fact, for every individuals in the Philippines, na pag kumita ka, makikinabang ka dun sa 1 million.
Kumpitin mo yun, Mon, baka nga yung mga ibang OFW mapaisip na umuwi.
True. And you mentioned that last time na marami tayong kababayan na nagtitiis na malayo sa kanilang pamilya for an additional 10,000 take-home pay. Ngayon, kaya na nilang makuha yung up to 12,500 tulad ng sinabi ko sa initial computation namin na additional take-home pay. So malaki talaga eh. It's really a significant. May nakausap po ako sa China, I won't mention the name. Sabi niya talaga, Mon, kahit 1,000 lang malaking tulong na kasi makakabawas sa iniisip namin gastusin o pambayad utang. 1,000 lang, magiging masaya na sila. What more kung 1 million yung tax exempt, diba? So, baka pati utang ng kapitbahay niyo po, mabayaran nyo na. Or, baka naman yung may utang sa akin dyan, magbayad na.
Masil yata yun, diba?
O baka yung pamangkin ko, di nahingi ng pera kasi may dagdag na siyang pera. I mean, let's face it, lahat tayo giginhawa.
Correct.
Kaya dun sa bill ni Senator Bam, ni Senator Win, at dun pa sa iba pang magpa-file ng mga bills to increase our take-home pay, susuportahan po namin lahat yan, kahit 400, 500. Kasi si Senator Amy is 500. Kahit po ayoko sa inyo, may 500,000. Yan po yung mga policy na susuportahan natin. 500,000. Even, yun na nga, sana hanggang isagad na natin hanggang 1
Kumbaga,
million.
if you have this one shot to do it, make it meaningful.
Yes. And hindi tayo dapat maghati-hati o dapat magkampi-kampihan tayo. Kahit ano pang bill yan, sino pa nag-file niyan, Congress or Senate, let's all push and make our voices louder na we want an increased take-home pay.
Okay.
Yun
So,
talaga
ano
yung
ano yung
ginhawa.
next step? So, sabihin natin, marami nanonood, gusto nila supportahan, gusto nila maging part of it. They really feel like it's something that will benefit them.
Yeah.
Ano yung pwede nilang gawin?
Well, number one po, yung tatlong bills po na binanggit ko, na-draft na po namin.
Oh, wow.
Nasabit na po namin sa DOF, nasa mga senador at congressman na. We can give you a copy of this. Pwede natin gawan ng policy brief or infographic so that people will appreciate. Tatlo po yung bill na to, yung increased take-home pay, yung global minimum tax to tax the multinational tech giants, at yung National Revenue Authority. So, ano po ang kailangan mangyari? Kailangan po una, magkaroon ng mga authors. Kasi kahit naman hindi nila i-adopt fully, basta pumasok sa mga version nila tulad ng ginawa bill, nauna po yun bago itong bill na to. So, ibig sabihin, kahit i-increase lang ni Senator Win yung 400 to 1 million,
Yun na rin yun.
Exactly. It's supporting already the bill. Or yung kay Senator Bam, which is separate increase ng tax exemption. Regardless, ang point lang natin, the spirit. Increase the take-home pay. Then yung global minimum tax, sinusuportahan po ito mismo ni Finance Secretary Go. So medyo feeling ko wala tayong masyadong problema dito kasi I'm expecting na sa SONA babangkitin yon. Kasi yung collection hanggang half a trillion. Malaking collection. And this is exactly what I'm saying. Hindi na kailangan ng mag-rely ng gobyerno sa middle class because there are other sources.
Pagod na kami. Tama na. Pagod na
So
kami.
ulitin ko po, ang unang source na paano ibababa yung income tax or paano itataas yung take-home pay ng middle class, saan huhugutin? Sa mga hindi po nagbabayad. Lift the bank secrecy, audit done, explain with, lagpas 1 trillion, maniwala kayo, sa Kongreso pa lang, sobra-sobra na yung makokolekta natin. Pangalawa po, since 400 to 800 to 1 million, pwede po natin kolektahan yung mga large multinational and tech giants na ni piso walang binabayaran sa Pilipinas.
Nagulat nga ako doon, akala ko may binabayad
Ang
sila.
estimate ng OECD is super significant, pero kami 300 to 500 billion ang additional taxes in the next 2 years. Malaking bagay ito. And this is even more than the collection from some of us or MSMEs. Baka nga pwede, even MSMEs pwede natin i-exempt. Then the third one po, it literally modernized the collection agencies. BIR and Customs, turn it into National Revenue Authority. We can collect, and this is my estimate, more than 10 trillion. With the new agency that has fiscal
10
and
trillion?
political independence. Kasi ang paniwala ko, ang leak at gap, sobrang laki. So when we talk about the gap, na very narrow siya na parang ito yung population natin, 118 million, pero ang registered taxpayer lang nasa 22 million. So doon pa lang may malaking gap. Ano po sila? Kaluluwa, babies, ano po nangyari doon sa 100 million? Lahat po ba sila nasa Congress? So 118 million population pero ito lang ang taxpayers. Then ang daming matataas ang net worth pero halos walang binabayaran. So ang daming Then leakages. Pag sinabing leakages, ito yung mga buwis pero ang daming buta sa maraming hindi nagbabayad. So ulitin ko po, nandun tayo sa gap, very narrow yung taxpayer base. We need to seal that gap na dapat lahat nagbabayad.
Sorry, very quickly lang. The way you're speaking about it, it seems like the problem is very solvable, no?
Yes, it is. But it requires so much political will and honesty talaga. Kasi anybody who will be put into power can easily be tempted to just look away. Diba?
PBBM, don't look away.
Diba? Ang dali kasi Carlo kung nandiyan na yung maleta, diba? Look away. Diba?
Lala kung Rimowa pa yung maleta. Kailangan social. Or LV. Para mas ka nakatitig.
Uy, wala sa akin yun So,
Ano ba yun dyan? Oy! Duffel bag.
so parang sa akin, Carlo, hindi relief yung kailangan natin, justice. And this is the time that as a Filipino people, I think we should all support each other and make sure these three landmark bills or very important bills to protect and support the next generation. Kasi hindi natin kailangan ng awa o subsidy ng gobyerno.
Hustisya.
We are hardworking eh. Kailangan natin justice. So with the increased take-home pay up to 1 million tax exemption or 1 million income tax-free, the global minimum tax that will really collect from the large multinationals and tech giants, and the modernization of BIR and customs, 10 trillion, very easy. So ibig sabihin, we don't even need to loan. Right now, nasa 18 trillion na yung utang natin. And if we base it on the 6.7 trillion national budget, ibig sabihin more than 2 trillion utangin pa natin. Kasi ang kaya lang daw kolektahin ni BIR at ni customs this year is nasa 4 trillion lang. So any deficit is utang. And we are under budget deficit. Kaya yun yung sinasabi ko, Carlo, while I know you support yung VAT cut, suspension, etc., we need to really address the revenue loss. Kasi yung loss na yon, hindi yun another lie ng government. It's the loss that we will be that will burden us
And the future
more.
generations.
Correct.
Kasi
Because of the
utangin
utang, yes. And it's no joke kasi nga the biggest revenue loss talaga corruption. But the thing is, it's annoying if it comes from the government, but we cannot neglect or ignore the fact na mangungutang talaga yung gobyerno kasi paano niya popondohan?
Kaya lift
Lahat.
bank secrecy law.
Lift bank secrecy
Yun ang
law.
pinaka-ending natin.
Yes, of
Kailangan
course.
i-lift ang bank secrecy law.
And with all these issues, Carlo, I don't want the new generation or our kababayan to feel hopeless naman or na parang feel sad na Pilipino tayo, itong Pilipinas. No, there's so much opportunities in the Philippines. And in fact, this is what I will give you. We continue to promote the Philippines because we still believe that there's so much opportunities in our country. And if our corrupt politicians cannot invest in our country, we ask our foreign friends to help us take advantage of the opportunities in the Philippines, invest in renewable energy, invest in semiconductors, invest in our people, and they both will benefit, both the investors and the Filipino people. Yun lang, wag na sana talaga mapunta doon sa mga corrupt at iilang political dynasty who's trying to control and put their names in every post or in every building in this country. Kasi pag pumunta ka sa mga developed countries, yung politicians nila are not that visible.
Hindi nga.
They just work. In fact, in the US, makikita mo lang yung mga flag pag election. But after that, you don't see them. Hindi tulad dito sa atin, diba? Lahat na lang ng cutting of the ribbon, may politiko. Ano ba yung tinakbo nila? Pag-cut ng ribbon o magserbisyo? Diba? So yung mga ganon, na parang, and let's face it, we are also guilty of that, diba? We keep putting them in a pedestal na feeling nila, ang trabaho nila, mag-cut ng ribbon at gumiti. Diba? Nakalimutan nila na they need to work under the sun, they need to fall in line, that they need to really make sure that every Filipino constituent will be
They need to
taken
serve.
care of. They need to serve. I think that's what they have forgotten. And it's sad din kasi nabubulag tayo ng mga kampanya nila na pag tinignan mo, none of them really gain enough experience or expertise to claim anything at all. Diba? Wala silang accomplishment, wala silang work experience. Kumbaga, kung ikaw ba yung CEO or may-ari ng kumpanya, i-hire mo ba sila? Walang experience, 'di ba? Anak ng
Resume
mayor,
nila yun,
anak
last name.
'di ba? Anak ng mayor, anak ng congressman, maliban doon, wala na sila experience. Or nag-OJT sa opisina ng tatay nila. I mean, I know that there are a lot of COO, yung mga child of owners. Pero 'di ba, pinadadala yan sa Harvard, pinagtatrabaho
Or yung
muna
experience
sa
na pagtrabaho
marketing.
sa negosyo
Correct.
mismo.
Sila talaga wala eh. Tapos they claim to be public servant. Ha? Ano?
Wala, pakit lang yung mga...
Diba? So again, I hope itong po mga proposals na to, you'll try to understand, we'll try to, with the help of Carlo and his team, na mas gawin po siyang mas maiintindihan ng taong bayan. But we believe na ito po yung tatlong polisiya na malaking may tutulong, hindi lang sa ating henerasyon, kundi sa susunod na henerasyon. At the same time, will really give us more opportunities na andyan lang eh. But for some reason, we can't unlock it or no one has time to even look at it.
Oh, but this is the time.
Yeah.
Who knows? People are listening.
1 million income tax free.
Kailangan lahat ng tao nanonood ngayon, guys. Pag nakita nyo yung mga ganitong klaseng content, tulungan nyo kami i-share, tulungan nyo kami ikalat, to give the impression a lot of people want it. And if siguro kung meron man tayo mga public consultation or mga ganitong klaseng events, baka pwede rin natin sila invite later on, di ba? Just to show na talagang seryoso tayo sa gusto natin ng ganito. And PBBM. Maging close na kayo ni Mo.
Ingat ka sa mga kasi pa picture-picture ka kung kanino, ayan.
Correct. Oo nga.
Sinishare ni Harry Roque, nangunguna si Harry Roque sa pag-share. Kaya siya kinasuhan ng tax evasion. Diba? Sino po yung next BAR? Hello? Kailan po si Saldico? Ano ba?
Oo nga, hindi pa rin na ano yun.
Parang sa akin na very obvious, pero parang for some obvious reason din, politics, hindi pa rin nakakasuhan yung mas malaki yung obvious na dapat ipaliwanag. But again, ulitin ko lang po para sa kaalaman ng lahat na nakikinig, it's clear in our tax code, unexplained wealth is a prima facie evidence for tax evasion.
Oh, yun. Oh, with that, we should end the podcast at overtime na tayo. Pero maraming salamat, Mon. Thank you for
Thank you,
being
Marlon.
here.
Always,
You're
always.
always welcome. And guys, make sure to follow Mon. I'll put the links down below sa socials niya. And every time may nakita kayong mga panawagan na i-push tong advocacy na to, let's all make sure to pitch in. Kasi lahat naman talaga tayo makikinabang.
So ang next guest po niya, E.S. Recto or si
Sana!
Senator Win or baka gusto mo Marcoleta.
Pwede rin naman, pero I'd really love the opportunity.
I-explain niya allocables. Kung ano yung fourth with allocables. Gano'n.
Nararamdaman ko na yung comment section. Hindi pa natin na-upload. Nararamdaman ko na yung mga comment section natin.
But I am so grateful and I am hopeful na sana mas maraming mga policymakers, lawmakers who would have this engagement with you para mas ma-reach out natin sa taong bayan. Kasi lahat tayo may pakialam. So dapat lahat tayo may say. Dahil lahat tayo nagbabayad ng buwis, especially ang VAT. Diba?
Correct.
VAT ganon.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay,
Thank
salamat.
you.